It's time. Touch him up. Come out of the bell.
Oh, look down at the Florida rules for this 8-round bout here. There's a 10-point must system, no standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop a fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Accidental foul. The fight's official after the 4th round. They go to the scorecards, and we are ready for our first fight of the night here on the PBC. The next round on Bounce TV. Happy to have you with us tonight as Galarza and Amoako touch him up, and right away you'll see the taller fighter, Galarza, the surgeon, try to stay on the outside, but utilizing his jab and going to the body early. It's a quick left hook there by Galarza. For Amoako, we should mention, by the way, took the fight here on 5 days' notice. He is a late replacement. Just fought some 8 days ago.
Yeah, he just fought. So even though it's a late notice, he's probably still in shape from the last fight, or the camp for the last fight.
Yeah, I like the way Galarza starting out this fight with measuring the guy with the stick, finding his distance and range.
He really is not letting Amoako get off because he's continuously putting that jab in his face.
Yeah.
It's the first time for Galarza getting the opportunity to be on television. 11-1, 8 KOs. And the best of friends with our main attraction tonight, Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, those guys are real tight. You know, they grew up together, fought together, and the bond is real neutral. Good body shot from Galarza.
Big right hand, touches up Amoako.
Just to piggyback on the relationship between Lubin and Galarza, they call each other brothers, so they're extremely close.
Absolutely. Nice hook from Galarza. Oh, good body shot.
He set that up with a body shot.
Galarza getting in his rhythm early. And if Amoako can't fix that, he's going to have a long night.
Kev, how difficult is it to get young fighters to be disciplined, to make sure that they go to work downstairs and not forget about that and stay away from headhunting?
Well, you know, a lot of guys like that spectacular headshot.
There's another good right hand to the body there from Galarza.
And again. And a nice left to the body.
But if you find the body, the head will eventually fall.
Absolutely.
And when you go in the body, a lot of times you get your opponent to drop his hands and they'll set up the opening for the headshot.
Good work from Dennis Galarza here in the first round against Samuel Amoako. Back here for PBC, the next round on Bounce TV. And here's the good work to the body we were talking about, guys, in the first round.
It's a good investment. You know, this is an 8-round fight. Those body shots going to kick in about round 5 or 6 if it lasts that long.
Galarza had a stellar amateur career, 133 victories, 22 losses. And top honors at the Junior Golden Gloves and also the National PAL tournaments. And this is a guy who will get in the ring and spar with just about anybody. And recently had an opportunity to get in the ring with heavyweight Luis Ortiz.
Wow. The big King Kong, huh?
Who outweighs him by about 100 pounds, but he trains out of the same gym down in South Florida. And he said basically it was a way to help Ortiz kind of help improve and deal with quickness. But for Galarza, he said Ortiz was so nice, such a gentleman, also helped him with some tricks of the trade. Galarza's a taller fighter, it's a 130, and so taught him about moving in, taking care of business, and then moving back out.
That's right. He also stated that Ortiz was just as fleet-footed as Galarza, which is saying much for heavyweight.
Amoako is getting tattooed on his left side as Galarza is focusing his scraping right hooks to the midsection.
I'd like to see Galarza go up top to set up the body shots. You know, shoot a couple of shots up top, set up a body shot, drop down in the body right off of 1-2 up top. Amoako's carrying his elbows up high, so he should be able to get to the body first if you touch him up top first.
Amoako had a long layoff. He has lost his last 2 fights, but before that he had an 18-month layoff, had a victory, and then had about a layoff that was about a year. So he said he had to lose up to 23 pounds in 2 weeks for his second to last fight, and it showed as he was knocked out by Miguel Roman. Said he felt better in his last fight as he continues to eat jabs here in the second round.
He seems to me to be a durable opponent. I mean, he knows his way around the ring well enough to survive rounds.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he does have a lot of fights. 27 fight veteran compared to Galarza's 12.
But we talked about the fact that Lubin is one of the top rising prospects in the sport, and Galarza, his buddy, would like to be right there with him.
Beautiful combination.
Yeah. Amoako, he says, anytime a fighter says, "You didn't get me," you got him. You got him. Nice double left hook that time from Galarza to the midsection, then upstairs. Dennis Galarza having his way early here. He's in Seminole Casino Hotel. More good work here, 2 rounds in from Dennis Galarza as we take a look back at some of the highlights of the second round. Like his movement, Kev, like the way that he goes to the body. He's using his jab nicely as well.
I like the variety of his attack. You know, he's not doing the same thing. He's mixing it up. He's making Amoako guess what's coming next.
Yeah, and he went up top first and made him lift the elbows up and drop down to the body with the body work.
His father, Jason, is in his corner tonight as his head trainer. Also, Herman Caicedo trains him as well, but Dennis got into boxing when he was 8 years old. His parents were away on a 2-week cruise, and his uncle figured it'd be a good time to take him out of the house. He signed him up for a tournament.
He was kind of thrown into the box.
That's right. Put him into the ring with a guy that had about 50 amateur fights, and Dennis, he lost, but he liked the action. And then when mom and dad came home, then everyone had to sit down and have a conversation. But father and son now, really the best of friends, as Dennis tries to make his journey throughout this sport. Nice right hand as now Galarza's starting to get more comfortable here in the third round.
Nice.
And that's what, Kevin, you were talking about earlier, because that time that combination was upstairs.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to turn up the heat a little bit. He's going to have to impose his will on Amoako, because this guy's, I think he's sturdy enough and he knows his way around the ring well enough to survive rounds.
Big left hand that time from Galarza.
Stood him straight up.
Yeah. He won't survive too many of those if he get caught with a couple of those.
Yeah, caught Amoako flat-footed. Amoako continues to shake his head, but no doubt early on here, he is taking more punishment.
Yeah, he's egging him to keep coming.
And so Galarza obliges. Amoako, he started fighting back in 2000. no ample career. Turned professional in 2005. So basically he trained in Ghana for those 5 years.
Yeah, so he just trained and went to school, trained and went to school. And I mean, to train for 5 years with no fight, that's a lot of training.
Yeah, that's some serious training. Hey, but he said Azuma Nelson was his idol.
That's right. Also has a great relationship with former champ Joshua Clottey.
I'll tell you one thing about the people from Ghana, they are tough.
Amoako showing some of that toughness right now, but it is all Dennis Galarza here at 3-3. Back here in Dennis Galarza's corner.
Right? So what you gotta do is once you run the 1-2 up top, you gotta step over to your right, throw the left uppercut down the middle, right? So pop out, step over, run it, and swing over, right? Around.
That's father talking to son there. And there's that left hand right there. Beautiful left hook.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
At the corner.
Lands flush.
At the bell, gentlemen.
Best punch of the night for Dennis Galarza.
Round 4 coming up.
Who's having a nice night. Young prospect, 23 years of age. 5'10", 134 pounds. All right, here's a look now at scoring after 3 rounds. Brought to you by Little Caesars. Let's welcome in our PBC historian, Jake Donovan. Jake, how do you have it?
30-27 so far for Dennis Galarza. You know, the surgeon is surgical so far.
So we have a shutout for Galarza.
And
so
Jake,
far.
short and sweet there. You mentioned how tough, fighters from Ghana are, and Ike Cortez, another fighter from Ghana comes to mind. And when we talk to the Galarza camp about the fact that how do you deal with a guy who's basically just fought a week ago, and Dennis is supposed to come in here and try to look spectacular, and Jason said, hey man, he's from Ghana, okay? He's from Ghana. That's all he kept saying.
Yeah, what do you want? But, but honestly, Galarza is impressive in his debut fight, televised fight. And we are looking forward to see more of him.
Yeah, he's doing everything he's supposed to do. But he's got a sturdy opponent that knows how to survive in front of him.
And again, Amoako's a bit of a vet. He has rounds, he has fights.
I'll tell you what, that was the best punch of the night there from Amoako. Nice left hook. And there's
a good
quick
jab
as well.
Maybe Amoako had a game plan.
It seems like he's starting to turn on a little bit.
Yeah.
We got some movement from Amoako, showing levels.
Don't push him. Nice and clean.
Best movement so far of the fight from Amoako as well. In the 4th round of a scheduled 8-round super featherweight bout between the young prospect Dennis Galarza and 30-year-old Samuel Amoako.
Good body shot. He set it up with the hook to the head, came underneath with that uppercut. Textbook.
Tell you what, though, Amoako is getting nice with the jab here in the 4th round.
Watch the elbow, Dennis. Yeah, let's go.
Kevin, if you're working in Amoako's corner, what advice are you giving him here to see if he can start to turn the tables a little bit?
Well, he's definitely going to have to pick it up. He's got to win these rounds, and he's got to win them impressively if he has any plans on winning this fight. So the first few rounds, he was not busy enough to win them, so he's got to pick it up.
Nice triple jab there by Dennis Galarza here as we close out in the 4th round. At Greater Hope Baptist Church, only God and the devil can tell the difference between a saint and a sinner. Vanessa Bell Calloway, Gloria Rubin, and Christian Key star in Saints and Sinners. It premieres March 6th, only on Balance TV, our way.
round, zero. We didn't come for this. You hear me? You get your hands up, move your head behind your jab. You hear me? Okay?
Give it smart.
Come on, we ain't come here for this, Bruno. Here.
Well, it's around 5, right? PlayStation more and more, right? Breathe. PlayStation, right? You get strong as the rounds go on. You understand me? Let's work.
Going back to what you heard there from Ty Russ, who is Amoako's trainer. Well, he didn't lie to his fighter there, Kev. I mean, he told him what a fighter needs to hear halfway through the fight.
Yeah, he basically said to him what I was thinking.
He needs to open up. Oh, nice hook in that exchange.
4 jabs in a row there from Amoako.
And look, he has some speed. You know, he just needs to use it.
Amoako, he shows some flashes of ability.
Absolutely.
Galarza rips it right to the body. And we'll start to see here as the fight moves into the later rounds. Nice footwork from Galarza. Solid shot to the body, and then he slipped around.
You know, Amoako's changed his style a couple times this fight, but Galarza has made his adjustments very nicely.
Yes, he has, and he's boxing beautifully right now. He's changing speeds, he's giving him different angles, keeping him turning, getting his shots off, controlling the range and distance.
Amoako with a slapping right hook. Uppercut inside for Amoako. And it seems like for Amoako, if he's going to start to do damage, Kev, he's got to win the battles inside when they're tied up and close.
But that's his range. You know, you don't want to be on the outside, the end of Galarza's long jab.
Well, and that's where Galarza's doing a good job in changing distance and controlling the space. Because he can't afford for Amoako to be on the inside trying to work. He's got to keep him out there on the end of his shots. And when he gets done working, he's got to slide over and get an angle to where he's not in range to be hit back.
You saw a nice 1-2 combination from Amoako, and then also there it just doubled up on the left hook. So Galarza's giving, but right now he's getting as well.
Yeah, well, Amoako's trying to pick it up and make a fight out of this.
And really, honestly,
nice uppercut.
I mean, I didn't expect him to have such success looking at the first round. So this fight has evolved into a good fight.
Galarza has a welt that's starting to develop under his left eye.
And looking at Amoako's KO ratio, he looks like he could punch a bit. You know, this is a good test for Galarza.
Tell you what, we've got a fight here as we kick off PBC the next round on Bounce TV in 2016. Austin here, action here in the 5th round. Good footwork there from Galarza.
You know, he hit and got out the way like Kevin was saying.
All right, but Amoako comes right back with a nice right-handed uppercut.
Yeah, he got caught walking in the front door. He got caught with an uppercut.
And on the button, but now, you know, we've seen Galarza's chin be tested. That's a question that we got answered from that last round.
Let's go. Out.
So we did mention that Amoako has lost his last 2 fights, but before that, look, he won 13 in a row.
Yeah.
22 of his 27 fights came in his native Ghana.
It could possibly be debated that Amoako won that last round.
Jake Donovan tipping us off, our PBC boxing historian, saying that he gave round 5 to Amoako.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, I definitely think he landed the cleaner shot in that round.
He's more effective when he's using that jab.
A bit of a chess match here to begin the 6th round. And now amoako up against the ropes. Galarza lets his hands go. And then the fighter from Ghana says, bring it.
You know, this guy came in on short notice, amoako, but this is turning out to be a really good test for Galarza.
You're not lying.
And a look now at our ABC Boxing historian Jake Donovan's scorecard there. So, as we just mentioned, the first 4 rounds to Galarza, but he did give the 5th round to amoako. Oh, nice check right hand there from amoako.
See, if Galarza would move after he punches, he could get away from these counters.
Yeah, that's when he's getting caught. He's getting caught when he's getting the shots off and staying in the same spot.
Crowd getting into it here in the 6th round. As amoako starts to get a little loose.
I said, please don't stop. Step back.
I think that's the first time these fighters have tied up.
That's
fight.
true. Which is always a sign of a good fight, huh?
Sam Burgos, the referee, has not had to do too much work. It's been pretty clean.
Good movement.
Oh, a nice straight right hand to the midsection by Galarza.
This is really a good test for a young fighter coming up.
This is actually a test that most young fighters wouldn't take.
Right. Well, and especially if it wasn't short notice. I mean, and that's probably why they took this fight, because it was short notice.
Right.
Well, the other thing too is, Kev, I mean, they said they have problems, finding opponents here for Galarza, and his last fight was up against Juan Ramon Solis. He ended up knocking him out, but it didn't come until the 8th round of a scheduled 8-rounder. So he got the rounds in. But how about this? Solis, he weighed 143 pounds.
Yeah.
And this is the guy, and Galarza, who's used to fighting at 130.
Hey, Bruno, guess what you're doing? You punching and pulling back like you scared of this man. Every time you jab, you punching and pulling back. That's why you can't land your right hand, because you throwing it and pulling back at the same time. Can you punch like you mean it? Huh? Let's go. He's scared. He's just scared as you are. Let's go. He don't want to punch neither. Huh?
Work. Time, get his nose. Don't blow. Good rounds, baby, all right? Keep pushing. It's a clinic. We can do that all day. We could do 10, 12 rounds of this, but we going 8 hard rounds. That's what we're doing. 8 hard rounds.
We got 2 last rounds. Go. Seconds out. Let's go, gentlemen. 7, let's go.
So we start the 7th of a scheduled 8-rounder. Fran Charles alongside Kevin Cunningham and Austin No Doubt Trout with you at the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee, Florida, which is in between Fort Myers and Naples in the southwestern area of the state.
Yeah, I like what amoako's trainer had to say between rounds. He told him he's got to get up in Galarza's chest, and he can't pull back. He can't pull out. He's got to get up in his chest and go to work and don't take a step back.
Tell you what, it was a nice stiff jab there from Galarza that stopped amoako in his tracks. Crowd getting into it here.
Good body
Oh,
shot.
nice left hook upstairs from amoako. A lot of fans giving advice.
It sounds like Galarza's trainer feels like he could do a lot more than what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants him to box a little smarter. Stop getting caught in exchanges.
And taking unnecessary punishment.
But you said it, Kevin. This is a learning experience here. Very rarely has Galarza gone this deep in his young career. Just 12 fights, 8 knockouts. And his last fight, he went into the 8th round before coming up with a knockout.
This is the type of fight that a young prospect needs to learn and take that next step to the next level.
Absolutely.
Galarza, he's going to be a better fighter after this. This fight, he's going to learn a lot from this fight.
See a couple ropes under both eyes of Galarza, which shows that, you know, Amoako carries some power with those jabs.
Well, Amoako definitely changed his tune here in the second half of the fight. Something happened in the 4th round. Maybe didn't win the round on the judges' scorecards. That remains to be seen, but definitely picked it up in the 4th round. And it's been a different fight ever since.
Well, the story's changing. Before, Galarza was walking Amoako down. Now we got Amoako walking Galarza down for most of this round.
Good work here by Galarza. He tries to close out the 7th round and stop, but then Amoako works it back to the center of the ring. Good, tough fight. Let's show you some action from earlier tonight, and this is Daya Davis, who was the son of the great Howard Davis, who just recently passed away, taking on Edgar Perez. And Davis making short work of Perez. The light heavyweights knocked him out there. Big right hand, that was the biggest punch of the night, and took care of business as Perez could not continue in the 2nd round. So Daya Davis improves to 23-5-1, picks up his 11th knockout. Came by to say hello to you, Kevin, earlier when we were getting ready. It was a good night for that young man.
Yeah, he's a great kid too. His father was a really great, good boxing person, and came from one of the best Olympic teams this country has ever produced. So
that's right.
I'm happy for the kid.
8th and final round here of this super featherweight bout, and both of these two fighters are game. They both feel like they have an opportunity to win it. These are the best exchanges so far of the night.
Yeah, I don't know if Galarza's dad wants him in there exchanging like that, because that's
Amoako comes up here with a couple of uppercuts.
That's that uppercut.
Yeah, that's the only shot that Amoako has, is to catch Galarza in the middle of an exchange.
That's right. But you know, he's fighting in front of a whole crowd. This is his first time on TV. You know, there's a lot of pressure raining on the young man to not just look good, but look spectacular and be entertaining.
On Jake Donovan's unofficial scorecard, he's given 3 of the last 4 rounds to Amoako. Tried another uppercut there, it was blocked. Another thing here about Amoako too, his defense all night, keeps his hands up high. A lot of those shots, while they might look like they're doing damage with Galarza, he's blocked a lot of those jabs.
A lot of those shots. And he did land a nice right hand over the jab on Galarza.
You know, Galarza's winning most of the rounds, but he's facing enough adversity in this fight to where he's, you know, not having his way in every round, and that's where a young fighter learns.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just the second time he's been past the 6th round, as they trade hooks. And the last time, as I mentioned, was his last fight, where he won detectable knockout in the 8th. But back-to-back tough brawls.
Get out of there, let's go.
Trainers are doing some talking to each other as well. Tight quarters here at the Seminole Casino Hotel, but we'll take it.
We will take it.
Crowd alive here, under a minute left in our opening super featherweight bout.
Let him go.
Sam Burgos lets the 2 fighters try to work it out.
Galarza needs to get back to his range. Yeah, he's not fighting at his distance, and it's not working for him as well.
Stop. Stay back. Let him go. Hey,
This was a pretty good challenge for him tonight.
What did Jason Galarza tell us time and time again when we met with him yesterday, Dennis's father? These fighters from Ghana are tough. I don't care if he's taking the fight on 5 days' notice.
No, and amoako, he's sure showing that.
I'll tell you what, he's acquitted himself well, trying to finish up strong and give Dennis Galarza credit as well, as the two fighters show some good sportsmanship.
Tell you what, this fight was a little bit closer than we thought we were going to see. Back with the official decision for our first fight of the night, Dennis Galarza and Samuel Amoako.
Welcome back to the PBC, the next round on Bounce TV. A look now at the final CompuBox numbers here between our super featherweight matchup between Galarza and Amoako. And there you see Galarza, obviously the much busier fighter, throwing some 330 more punches, and he landed 134 more, a higher connect percentage as well, but they score him round by round. Time now to send it over to Ray Flores with the official decision. It's brought to you by the General Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. All 3 judges, Michael Ross, Rocky Young, and Richard Green, see the bout identical, 80-72 for your winner by unanimous decision, Dennis the Surgeon Galarza.
(80-72). Wow, all 3 judges. So we'll talk about that in just a second, but nevertheless.